There it is. All right. Technical difficulties. We got it figured out. Hey, guys, welcome to another late night edition. Well, not that late. It's only 7 o'clock. Late night building at Benzinga. Um, Sorry for the delay here. It's some technical difficulties. Didn't realize we had 2 StreamYard accounts, and I was logged into the wrong one. All right. So we are live, and today we are going to go over the Zing token. So in case you have not heard of the Zing token yet, let me see if I could share the link to claim your Zing. So the Zing token is basically, if you can see earlier, I was introducing on the crypto show. Basically, what the Zing token is a loyalty reward token meant for Benzinga people contributing and working in the Benzinga ecosystem. Not necessarily working in the Benzinga ecosystem, but just being a part of the ecosystem, contributing to content, performing various actions on our site. The idea is to reward our users, whether you're a subscriber of Pro, subscriber of newsletters, purchasing our courses, or just performing various actions, like entering your email to sign up for your free Zing. So you can go to benzinga.com/Zing. Let me get acquainted here. Comments. Okay, here we go. www.benzinga.com/Zing. And you can enter your email there. And on that page, it'll show you exactly what we're doing. I'll bring it up here in a second. Let's see. All right, share my screen. All right, I gotta move this over. Getting used to this broadcasting stuff. I haven't done much with my own broadcasting. All right, here we go. Share the screen. All right, here we go. There it is. So if you go to benzinga.com/Zing, join Zinger Nation, enter your email to claim your Zing. So we're currently launching, in the process of launching an ERC20 smart contract. And today we were going to look at exploring with Brian Moore and talking a little bit about the ERC777 smart contract, which is a slightly different smart contract than the ERC20. Has a little bit different functionality, and we're going to explore that functionality and see if it's something we want to do versus the ERC20 token. On our last episode of Late Night Building at Benzinga, we demoed the mobile app. Definitely recommend checking that out. And we should be launching that soon. We had a few hiccups in terms of just like getting through some bugs that we had, so that should be available hopefully here soon. But we also launched the ERC20 Zing token contract to the Rinkeby test network, and so that's there live now. So we're just like figuring this out. We're building this. I've been building this at night for the past several weeks, talking and discussing and figuring out exactly how we want to launch this. So that's this video right here. You can see in this video I deployed the Zing token to the Rinkeby testnet, and this is, Brian and me talking a little bit about the Mooner Bus token, and how we want to approach which we deployed to the Mooner Bus token to the Binance Smart Chain, and we talked about how we could potentially deploy the Zing token as ERC20 smart contract to the Ethereum network, and we're in the process of figuring that out. So the initial plan here is we're going to launch with 1 billion Zing that people can claim and earn. So the pre-launch Zinger Nation member, to enter your email above, you'll have the rights to claim 10,000 Zing. If you join this post-launch, you'll only be able to claim 1,000 Zing. So do it now before you can only claim 10 times less. All right. So, and then here's our roadmaps. If you want to see our roadmap, we're looking at, so we deployed it to the Rinkeby testnet. We're exploring additional contracts now. We're aiming the 11th to the 18th. 11th is tomorrow. I think we can launch by tomorrow. So that's the current plan. Sometime between 7 and 8 p.m. tomorrow, we're going to launch this smart contract to the Ethereum network, whether it be ERC20 or ERC777 smart contract is yet to be determined. You can claim, so it's available now. You can claim with that previous page that we were just at. And our additional rewards post-launch, we're going to add post-launch claim, which is just going to change the reward structure to 1,000 tokens instead. And then we're going to work on adding things like you read an article, you get a reward. You can tip authors with your Zing if you really enjoy the article. Financial account setup, finalized account setup. So when you finalize your account, we're not exactly sure how what the finalize means. Like could be entering your or creating a password. And I got to get Brian in here. Sorry, guys, not completely prepared for this. Let me add Brian. to the backstage. You should be able to join there. We'll figure that out. All right, and then so when you finalize the count, we'll get some sort of row with that. Token or the reward structure is yet to be determined. And then download the mobile app, which we should have released soon. You get a reward. We have a Chrome extension that I'm really excited about. It's going to allow people to curate trade ideas from YouTube content to start. Could be a lot more on there, and we'll reward people for helping us curate trade ideas among other interesting content. And then you get content related rewards, create trade idea, author articles, and article contribution. We have a contributor network where people can contribute content, so you can apply to be a contributor, and we're going to reward people for being a contributor. And then Benzinga Pro. So if you're a Benzinga Pro member, we're going to have a loyalty reward that you can earn probably on a monthly basis, and also newsletter subscriptions. And I know here we also have courses too. So we'll have some sort of courses that people can earn some sort of Zing reward for purchasing. So that's the current state where we're at. There's definitely a lot more that we talked about, but this is the current roadmap. So definitely go check that out. All right, let's see if we can get Brian on here. So anyone have any questions about the Zing token? Brian's all worried what he looks like. Let me disable my there we go. All right, so if no one has any questions about the Zing token, we're going to explore the ERC77. So Brian's here. He's going to be joining us from backstage. Hey, Brian, welcome to the stream.
Hey, thanks for having me.
How's I know you just woke up from a nap. No big deals, dude. We're working hard all the time.
Yeah, I have a bad sinus infection, so I'm kind of all over the place right now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's never fun. A lot of sick people around these days.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess what I wanted to do quickly, if we can, just talk a little bit about the ERC77 contract. I did a little 777 contract. I did a little bit of research over the week, but I never fully grasped, I guess, like what are the advantages of it. I know you mentioned it's like there's like an NFT factor of it. From what I gathered, it was like more of like a transfer thing, but I'm not really too sure of what the difference is.
So it's pretty much just like an upgraded contract. So the ERC20 is kind of like this gold standard, and each one after is just an upgraded version of it. So you can have like it'll have a bunch, it'll have multiple different functions than just an ERC20. So you can add they're upgradable. You can add the NFT aspect to it. You can mint. You can do just a handful of different things.
So when you say upgradable, what do you mean by upgradable?
So you can actually pull back the contract. Like if you have the code, like say in Remix, or this would work easier if you have like VS Code and Truffle and Hard Hat, everything downloaded. But you pull back the contract and you can write again and send it back to the blockchain. It's a little bit more complicated than what I just explained, but that's in theory what you're doing.
So then what would be the use case for updating to it, or like updating the contract? Is it just like to change like the transfer function or something, or they change how it's minted?
Not just the tokenomics, but like different things, because like smart contracts, there's a bunch of different use cases for them. So they're not only just for tokens, they're not only for just pre-sale. They're not only involving tokens. Smart contracts is how you interact with the blockchain. So with ERC777, it's so hard to say each time.
I know, it's too many sevens.
But with those, you can actually like interact with the contract and kind of change it. And I'm probably might get some backlash on that because that's not exactly how it works, and it's a little bit more complicated than that. But in theory, that's what you're doing with them, and well, what you can do with them.
Okay. So let's see here a little bit. So it's a stand. So let's see. So EAP defines standard, abstract. So remaining backward compatible.
Yeah. So they can work with ERC20. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess one of the questions I had is, so like if you launch with an ERC20, can you not, like you can't upgrade it, so you can't convert it to an ERC 777.
Correct. I mean, just like if you're launching a coin on Binance, they only have the BEP20 right now. So if you launch a coin and say you're doing a DeFi coin, you're making a huge launch, and you mess up part of the contract, like you mess up part of the tax fee, you can't really bring it back. Or you mess up, like if you're going to Pancake Swap and you mess up the router number, you can't really bring it back and you have to redo it. But that being said, you can still write and read from the contract through like BSC scan or remix. So inside the contract, you can have callbacks to the contract where you can stop the tax percentage, you can stop the liquidity fee, all that kind of stuff, and you can like approve different addresses and senders.
But you can't necessarily like modify the inner workings of those functions.
Correct. You can only interact with what you wrote into the contract the first time. You can't change that.
Yeah.
ERC 777, you can.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Well. Okay. So then, I guess, how many people? Do you know how many projects are launching now? Now that the ERC, when was this actually launched? ERC 777.
It's
been around for a while.
Yeah. I mean, but it's still relatively new. But a lot of tokens are. Really anything you see with NFT aspects, with different, like kind of cool, different, if they're a token, they can do different things, mainly with NFTs and stuff. That's where you'll see it. I mean, it's pretty common, but they're the same thing as the ERC20. So like you're not going to know that it's ERC 777. It just, most of the time they are.
Okay. I guess I'm a little bit curious.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'd be curious, is there like, so you said, I guess, explore, because the one thing that'd be curious for me is like, if you can update the contract, like that seems like it's in a way setting up for, I guess it's like the difference between the Ethereum ecosystem and the Bitcoin ecosystem. It like takes a bunch of people to update it. So if you have one person in charge of this contract, you can update it. Like it's just not necessarily like, how does, like, I feel like that would change the way that, like, the trust in what you're actually doing with this contract.
Well, it's not like anyone can just update it. You have to go through like a certain, like the source code is going to be on their website or whatever, unless it's a closed project where you can't, like, you're not allowed to look at the source code. That's really rare. But most of the time it's there. Like you can really see what they're doing, and you have to write it into the code in order to do what you're asking it to do. So you can't just write certain, like it doesn't have a mind. So you have to, like, whenever you write it and send it, it is what it is. So you can kind of see if someone's going to change something or if they have the ability to in the future. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm very interested in like what newer tokens launched, like, this is 2017.
Well, so like
so it's like what newer ones use this
protocol. You'll still see it as like inside the source code. If you're going to create a token, you'll see it as IERC20 is blank token. So it'll still like write like that, but it's like certain. It's the whole I don't know how to explain it in like the simplest terms. And again, I'm don't feel very well, so like I'm kind of brain dead right now.
Oh, you're good, man. I appreciate you coming on and
oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So okay, so I think it definitely helps a bit enlighten here a little bit of what this is, and I think I'd definitely be interested in exploring like which projects are using this, just so I get an idea if there's a reason why somebody picks 777 versus the 20. Like, or I guess why, like, if it's better, like why would somebody choose ERC20 over choosing this if it's better?
So these are, it's not necessarily you're writing the whole token in this protocol. The tokens are still ERC20, but it's just a different upgraded version of the smart contract itself. The tokens still are compatible. Like there's still
Right, I get that.
ERC20 tokens. Yeah.
I get that. Okay, yeah, that
And
makes
so
sense.
it's just like you're not gonna know. It's just that's the way. Like it's just like how Solidity has new versions each time. You can still use the old ones to deploy something, but the new one will have a different syntax. So that's kind of what the deal is there.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And this is how I understand it. I'm not really a professional. Like I didn't go to school for any of this. So this is kind of how I take it in. I just want to make that disclaimer.
Oh yeah, I don't think there's many professionals in this besides maybe these guys up here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Jonathan Dominguez, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. What exchanges are we on? We're not listing on any exchanges in any planned time frame. I don't know if it's something we might not even do. It's something that we'll look at some point, but there's no plan on our roadmap to do that right now. Right now, what we want to do for this token is provide a lot of utility to our users, and I will say that I'll give this disclaimer too. This is to us at Benzinga a bit of an experiment. We like to do a lot of experiment while we're building, and I think Vitalik said it. Like if you can build this in an Excel sheet, there's really no necessarily reason why it needs to be decentralized. So it's like you can just build this in a database essentially and keep it centralized. And we're actually, the way that these contracts or these tokens are going to cost too much to give to people for them being free. If we give away a lot of them, I think we've already had 750 signups. We're looking to build out a network of contributors and people and loyal users that want to contribute to the platform and get rewarded for being a part of our platform. So, we're not going to pay $2.50 for every transaction to give people these tokens when
or $200.
Yeah, depending on how popular the network gets. I definitely think so. To that point, it's just like a little bit of an experiment right now. I think there is a reason for this to be decentralized, which is why we're doing this in the first place. And it's also a learning experience. Like we're going through this and seeing what opportunities we have. Like I said, like the experiment. And I think there's a lot of interesting things that we can do with a decentralized token in the future. So we're looking at exploring those options and seeing where this goes, which is why we're looking into what is the difference between. We're not doing this to just moon or bust. We're doing this to learn, provide value to our users. Yeah, we're building stuff here, and we're committed to doing that. If you haven't
script, how they have theirs, it's not worth anything, but it can be actually very valuable in the long run.
Yeah, like right now, I think they have. You read articles, you get the token, and I think they're. I bet you
drops. I always miss the drops. I would stay up all night, and I always miss them.
Yeah. 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 I didn't. So they actually have drops that just go out. They run out of NFTs.
Yeah, they have them randomly. They'll drop certain NFTs and they'll be a limited supply. If you look on OpenOcean, they're not really, no one's selling them, but I thought it'd be really cool because the token isn't worth anything. So if you collect them, I've always had enough for each one, but I always miss it. The last one was 700, and I literally take my time every day to share, do all this stuff just to get the tokens and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it seems like has it been popular? It must be somewhat popular. I haven't spent too much.
I would assume so. I mean, they always have good news. It's kind of a closed-in medium. I don't know how you get how you're have access to write on there, but it gives me that kind of feel because I really like Medium. I've written a few articles and there's some good writing on there.
Yeah,
really interesting crypto things. You'll learn right when stuff drops. If you are if you subscribe to Medium articles, you'll know exactly when stuff drops before everyone else. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, definitely check it out. So the QAS, QAZ, ERC contracts. We're looking to actually deploy the contract to Ethereum tomorrow, probably between 7 and 8 p.m., which will end our pre-launch claim phase. And if you're just joining, this will be, we're not necessarily distributing these tokens right away, but you'll have a claim to them, and we will figure out how to give you guys your tokens. That's going to be part of the learning here. I think we have some ways of doing it that'll be exciting to explore. I know that Mooner Bus tokens on the BSC network, which is a lot cheaper transaction. So I think we have this, just like a little sneak preview, guys. Tomorrow, if you join on the Mooner Bus show, it's at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Is it 1 or 2 p.m.?
2 Eastern.
2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. If you join the Mooner Bus, we're going to be giving away some special stuff then. So definitely join. But yeah, the Binance Smart Chain is a lot cheaper transactions than Ethereum network, just because it's more centralized and just like the technical structure.
Hey, now Ethereum really isn't that bad. I bought from your suggestion. Oh, I already forgot what token it was. Oh man, we bought it on Moon or Bust. Dang it! Well, that's embarrassing. I don't remember it right now. I can probably find it.
Yeah. So man, it's some hard pronunciation here. Emerald. Right now you can claim it. So we're not going to be able to give it to you in your wallet, but you can claim it, and we will find a way to give it to you to your wallet at some point. So you go to benzinga.com/zing and enter your email, join our Zinger Nation email list, and we will keep you guys updated through that email list. Verify your email, make sure you're entering the right email, and you'll have access to claim 10,000 Zing. And the way you can earn it, it's more than you can claim it there, but you can earn it. So there's a referral reward currently. So if you refer people, you'll get an extra 100 Zing for each referral. And again, the post-launch claim goes down to 1,000. So claim before we launch tomorrow, either between 7 and 8 p.m. Once we launch this thing, the reward for joining our list will cut tenfold. And then you can see in that roadmap, let me pull that up. In our roadmap here, we're going to have a bunch of things that we're going to build out to earn it. So we're going to be building those things over the coming weeks. And you can have more ways to earn your Zing. And then we'll have the ways to use it as well. Yeah, so do you know the token you're talking about, Brian?
Hex.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting
project. I'm down 50% on it.
Really? When did you
get it? But it's okay. I believe in the project. I think it'll be a good one.
It's an interesting project.
I've heard a lot of talk about it. I've seen a lot of buzz about it, so I was very interested in it. We looked at the website, and I think Ryan gave it a bust, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy some right now. And I haven't really used – I've been on the Binance Smart Chain for a while now, like months, and I haven't really used like the Ethereum mainnet and used Ethereum to buy anything. So I was like, I'm just going to do it. I did it. It was pretty –
You bought a Binance Smart Chain?
No, I bought on Ethereum. That's what I was saying. I haven't been on the Ethereum mainnet in a while. So like when I went over to Hex, I switched my wallet over and I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to buy some. I had some Ethereum laying around, so just threw it in there.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's an interesting project. I was following this before it was even launched, and I got in early and I got some amazing returns from it. I don't know where it's going. I think it could still go up. But I don't know, it's cool. I mean, the thing is with like projects like these is there's a lot of people that talk and there's few people that get shit done. And so I think like this is something versus like, I don't know, this token to me is something that was like actually thought out. Like I followed Richard Hart, like him going through all of this, explaining how he's like coming up with the different game mechanics and he's iterating in real time. Like figuring out exactly how they were going to launch it, dealing with developers. It's not easy to deal with developers. I'm a developer myself, and Brian's a developer as well, but working with developers to get shit done is not easy. And Richard actually went through and worked to get it done. And it's an interesting project. I don't know where the price is going. And he's working on another interesting project, Pulse Chain. If you haven't checked that out, it's an interesting project. They're going to fork Ethereum, and there's going to be a bunch of different. Pretty neat. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I don't know. I think this summer, I think it was, I can't remember. I'm going to say his name wrong. Hoffman, I can't remember his first name, from Bankless. He was talking about this is the layer 2 summer. I think with the technicalities of Polygon, it's apparently not a layer 2 because it doesn't inherit security from Ethereum. So that's like some technicality that I just recently learned. But
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess because it's like the consensus mechanism of Polygon is it uses its own consensus mechanism with the delegated proof of stake with the Polygon token, versus Arbitrum uses technologies that inherit security from Ethereum through the way that the contracts are built.
Yeah, I got you.
So it's a different site. So it's not technically a layer 2. The layer 2 is apparent. I don't know who comes up with the actual definition of these things. Like the layer, like it's a side chain versus a layer 2. So yeah, Polygon. I've done well in that too. I was in there at 40 cents. And did very well
I'm all about. I've had some Matic, and I will keep holding it on. You need to come on Moon or Bust and talk about this. With us. We've talked about this a couple times, and like we need you on. You know,
I'm. Yeah, I'm ready. It's just been getting organized, building different things, working on a new homepage, new app, just so many different things. And then I'll have to be on and talk about some stuff here.
Yeah, we got some 2 really good interviews coming up with Baby Shark Token and UltraSafe next week.
Yeah,
and maybe you can come on before one of those.
Yeah, if there's time. I mean, tomorrow even, maybe it's just for a short while, just to talk up the launch of the token.
Tomorrow would be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to talk about Zing token a little bit and talk up the show for later on.
Yeah, well, you also got to talk about Polygon, because I know Ryan and I have talked about a whole lot.
Oh, I'm down. I think so. That's the thing. It's like I think right now it's down a lot. It's down. Well, not a lot.
Superbid. Geez. I'm sorry. I forgot about Superbid. That is.
Okay. I haven't read about that one yet. I haven't been able to.
They were on Logan Paul's. Gym shorts during the fight. Yeah.
Yes, Blunt's there's a Baby Shark token now. It's the thing. I think, like, I mean, you were saying it not that long ago. It's like a lot of these are just like they're so simple. Like let's. Well,
yeah. And
this is their contract right here.
Hypothesis of this, and it's not a hypothesis, like a whole strategy with it. If don't look at the code, look at the team, look at the quality of their website, look at the quality of everything, and if you trust that, if you're kind of a gambler and you trust that, usually it works out, at least for a little bit.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of people say that crypto is as much entertainment as it is economics. So it's like, is this team going to do something? That's like this Richard Hart guy. He's like constantly trying to entertain his users, buying like $250,000 watches and shit. Like just acting a fool. But there's so many, I don't know. It's like, it's an interesting space. I think that's why, I think Zing honestly is way better than all those things. Just what it could be, even though we're not even going to offer you the chance to buy it. Because I think there's some interesting use cases that we'll explore, and we'll get to them when we get to them. First, we're going to build out some just basic functionalities with how you can earn it, and then we'll do some technology improvements to make it scalable for this summer of scaling, I'll call it, versus layer 2, since I think Polygon is still going to do well, even though it's not considered a layer 2, for reasons of like, this is very interesting. I think it's going to continue to do well because it's cheaper. Like it's going to still end up being cheaper. So there's going to be all these video games. Like if it's, what's the incentivization to like steal an NFT? So like Polygon will be big for NFTs and different like things. I mean, potentially Zing token. Like we could, who knows? We'll end up using it. We'll explore it. But there's it'll be cheaper than inheriting security from Ethereum, because it's like, do we really need that level of security? We can just have the delegated proof of stake security where these people are incentivized to not fuck up the system because they'll fuck up their money.
Yeah.
So we don't need the level of security for like, and that an Ethereum smart contract needs when you're trading like $1 billion worth of some token. Let's see what else. Blondes, you do know I can go on Binance right now and make my own webpage under 1 KM. But yeah, that's what we're not doing. And that's why you should be careful with what you're doing or what you're investing in.
Oh yeah, we talk about that a whole lot all the time. yeah, we have full segments about different why some altcoins are nothing and some altcoins are moons and some are busts. I mean, yeah, it's be very careful because anyone can do this. We both have done it. I mean, I've done it. Lots of people have done that. Just really look at the team, look at who you're investing in, look at the quality of their website, like look at the quality of how much time they put into everything. Because they put a lot of time in, they're not really just a pump and dump. I mean, they still can be. There's still that chance, but they put more time into it. I trust them.
Yeah. I have this theory too that, I mean, I think it's part of what we're doing here, but I have this theory that look at the Shiba Inu token. Like, what is it actually? To me, it's an educational starting point. It's like an entertainment education starting point to learn this shit. And then you learn, like you could be 14 years old, like learning how to make bones and dig for bones. Like, oh, I'm digging for bones, building these smart contracts, and I'm learning how to use the computer. And the next thing you know, this kid's like writing smart contracts to do some sort of like interesting DeFi protocol that, like, I don't know, who knows? Like, that's how I've been looking at this like a lot of these things. Like, that's what it's.
I mean, it's like why Doge is like hit 67 cents or whatever it did. There's no reason for it. If you look at the code, if you look at the project, it was a meme. It was a joke. It wasn't really supposed to do what it did. So you can't take anything by, like, anyone can make a coin, yeah, but you can't take anything by what you see. You kind of gotta guess, and you gotta make your best like gut decision if it's gonna be worth it or if it's gonna be, a rug pull or if it's gonna be a bust.
Yeah,
none of them make sense. They're all the same.
No. It's glorified gambling.
Yeah.
I don't know what Polly Walnuts is talking about here. We don't put out lying articles. If we're wrong about something, reach out to us. We'll correct things. We do it all the time. But yeah. We got a little off topic, I think, but I think I'll do a little bit more reading tonight to do a little research on who's launching ERC 777s versus, is everyone launching ERC 777s now? And if there are ERC 20s, just to get an idea of maybe there's a reason why somebody's doing ERC 20. I'd just be curious.
If you do some, like, if you look into it, you'll see what I mean. I didn't do a very good job of explaining it. It's still gonna be ERC, but the 777 doesn't mean it can't be an ERC 20. Like, you can still transfer it. You can still do everything an ERC 20 token does. So it's like you know what I mean? Most likely all the new tokens are, but that doesn't really change much. It's just how you write the smart contract, really.
Yeah, I get that. I just, like, to me, I think there's a beauty in immutability that, and if the ERC 20 is immutable and the ERC 777 is not immutable.
Well, it's still immutable, but you can just do these read and writes to it differently than you can a normal. I mean, an ERC 20. So it's just like an upgraded version. So you just each one has more features than the last, but they're all backwards compatible. I think you'll see what I mean.
Okay. So you're So are you saying that, like, it would be upgradable to another protocol if like an ERC 888 came out or something?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I mean, I don't know for sure, but yeah, you'd be able to kind of like, you just can read and write back to it. You can talk to it. if that makes more sense. Well, you can talk to the other ones. I think it's just because I'm sick. I can't think clearly. I can't really explain it how I want to, but they are different, but it would be nice to know, like, if there's any use case for the ERC20 protocol.
So let's do this. See if the handy dandy Google difference between can help us clarify this in words.
Yeah, backwards compatible. I mean, it's it's like a newer version of Solidity. Every time a new version of Solidity comes out, you can use different syntax, and it will be able to tell, like, if you don't put the version of Solidity you're on, it's not correct corresponding to the one you try to compile, it's not going to compile, and it'll tell you why.
Okay. So you want to allow a third-party account or contract to spend your tokens. The most common use case scenario is when crypto exchange services approve the spender account settlement as funds.
Yeah, you do have a point when you said the other one's immutable. There are a lot of use cases for an ERC20, depending on what the token does, really.
Yeah, I think there's no reason why we can't. Like, I'm more just from a curiosity standpoint. I think an ERC 777 probably makes sense for us in that we want all the functionality we can get, and I'm not really worried about immutability for our project.
Yeah, because
we're not even a token limit, so
you'll just be able to do a lot more stuff with it, and you can like make more use cases out of it as opposed to ERC20. If it's written, it's written. You can read and write to it, but you can't really change the functionality of it. On ERC 777, you kind of can. You can add certain NFT type deals and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty neat.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's very, we'll probably just go to ERC 777 tomorrow. So I'll actually, I wonder if we could just do this. I think it's not that hard. I have, let's see, Open Zeppelin. Because I think they have this as well, I'd assume, right? So 777. So there's ERC 777.
It's crazy how these things are pretty much free. I mean, they are free.
I know.
I don't understand why more people don't learn how to write in Solidity. Like, if anyone's out there and you're looking for a job and you're kind of interested in computers, learn Solidity or learn JavaScript and then learn Solidity.
JavaScript for sure.
You will have a job within 6 months. You'll have a 6-figure job. I guarantee it. Okay, definitely. 5 figures. I'll give you 5.
5 for sure.
Yeah, learn JavaScript and learn Solidity at the same time. Oh my gosh, I picked this up in probably 4 or 5 days. That's how long it took me. It didn't, and you did about the same because you asked questions. You're like, I got this.
If you already know JavaScript, like, it's super easy.
Yeah, it's super easy.
What is it? W3 Schools.
Oh,
Start there.
Or freecodecamp.org. That's what I used.
Free code.
Go be a developer. You will actually be a developer if you do that. I did that a while back. I went to a coding school, but meh.
Is it good to get?
Well, they don't see
this. Show up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they don't see this. I should have shared this. Let's see here. So this one. Yeah, I mean, you check out your W3 Schools, or there's so much resources out there. You guys can find it. I think we have one for Benzinga too. Google Benzinga JavaScript courses. Best JavaScript courses. We have a number of different courses that we feature here. You want to go to university, we got those. We got analyze the different courses here. Yes, W3 Schools. Or that's the organization, it's slightly different. But a lot of good resources out there to learn JavaScript. And then once you learn JavaScript, it's pretty easy to learn Solidity.
It's pretty much just simplified JavaScript. Well, React, rather.
All right, so we have, where to go? Open Zeppelin. So 777 was giving me grief. I don't know if it'll allow. I wonder if it'll allow. Oops, it's backwards compatible, so I assume that these other interfaces are compatible. All right, like the ERC burnable, pausable, ownable.
Yeah.
Oh, must override the approve. I got right here. There's the approve. This is the thing too. Is most of these just kind of tell you how to do it. Here we go. Oh, this API. All right, we got to override the approve function. So this enables, is it standard for fungible tokens and is focused on around complex interactions, also standard for quality of life improvements such as getting rid of confusion around decimals. Okay, so then, okay.
Oh,
Enables.
I think my wife is home and she doesn't have a house key, so I'll be right back.
All right, no worries. And let's see here. Thoughts on Hook? I'm not sure about Hook or Helium. I don't know why I said Amazon. Net guess. I don't know. I mean, a lot of these stuff is. I'm not in that much. I'm in a decent amount, but not. Polygon, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Hex, Graph. I think the Graph is really interesting. Link, Ada, 1inch, Storage A, MakerDAO, Dot, Bat, Doge, See a Coin. I should have Filecoin, but I don't. I just went up too much. Atom, Morpher. I forget what. Yeah, with Kyber Network, you forget the names of tokens. You should probably get rid of them. Waves, synthetics.
So get this. My wife had a key the whole time and made me go out there with nothing.
Damn it.
She knows I'm
sick.
Awesome.
That's not cool. Oh, the market rebounded a little bit. I'm not sure what Hook token is, but this is not
well,
for. This is not a show.
Some YOLO. Let's do it. What is it? Look at CoinMarketCap.
This is a show for building. We'll do it real quick just to appease the audience. This is a show for building. Building our portfolios. Let's do it.
There you go. Full circle.
That's not even on here. What is this?
You pulling our chain, Tuska?
I guess he is. Here's Hoke. I saw this one a while ago. I'm curious.
So I'll tell you what I'm in right now. I'm in. I got 200 ADA, 200 Matic, 22.5 million Shiba, 3,000 TEL, 125 GRT, and 5 KCS. Oh, and 10,000 BTT. That's what I'm holding.
That's an interesting one. How does the BTT one work? Is that like?
I'm just hoping it's BitTorrent. So like a lot of people used to use it. They don't use it that much. I just think one day it's going to catch fire. Like kind of like how Doge did or GME or AMC. I think that it's going to do one of those one time. So I'm just accumulating. I mean, 10,000 was like $40. So it's not a whole lot.
Yeah.
I think one day it's going to do it.
I guess the thing is like, well, it's got the brand name, that's for sure.
And, it's pretty. I mean, it's been around forever. It's been around almost since how long Bitcoin has been. It's a old school one.
It's a fight of protocols. I'm saying it's like I don't know. I'm sure this is pretty much very similar to IPFS.
Yeah, I mean it's a torrent. So BitTorrent, they started torrenting. So it's a whole like it's been around forever, and now they found a way to put it on the blockchain. And they have DLive, which is kind of catching fire. DLive is like a decentralized Twitch.
Oh, they're on this platform?
Yeah, they have that right there.
That's cool. That's interesting.
Yeah, not quite a following as Twitch, but it's pretty popular.
Very interesting. This is like so this game. Okay. Interesting. And so that's just a native currency to this content?
Yeah. Well, you get if you torrent, if you like save torrents, or if you use their platform as almost a node, you'll get paid in it.
Yep, that makes sense. All right, I don't know why it's just throwing an error here. Derived contracts. Oh, it's override proof and balance of. Wait, it did not do these. Okay, so it looks like it's slightly different.
Well,
And
did you everything's imported through npm, right?
yeah, I think that this, when I looked at this previously, I wonder if it doesn't. I wonder if this ERC, it's like different. Let
Well,
me
did
just
you
look
check
at
the
it.
compiler version? Like sometimes if you try to compile it in a different, if you import something and try to compile it, it might throw it off.
These abstracts. If I
Okay, so
import something and what?
I can't see the errors. I don't know.
So this says here for the error is, so derived contract must override function approve. Allowance approve, balance of, decimals, name. So when I built this ERC20, and then this is it here. I think like this doesn't require all those. I think these are even all like extra. I don't think any of these are required. It's not throwing an error. Because these, like this is, I don't know why they do this. Maybe because you can define
Oh yeah,
this.
I mean you don't need that unless you're going to use it.
So
So
I think we
that's
want it
yeah,
pausable. I think that it's interesting to be pausable for reasons of, I don't
yeah,
know,
in case something happens.
if something bad happens. We definitely want to be able to mint it. I think at some point we want people to be able to mint it themselves through some sort of like some sort of like smart contract
Yes,
process. We'll have to
staking
figure out how to do
method.
that
Yeah.
currently. So I guess that's the interesting thing, like, because this is only owner. I mean, if we, yeah. I mean, I don't know how to. I don't know how to like. I guess it's like the approve thing. I wonder if there's like a provable mint. Like you have to approve as the contract owner somebody minting tokens, or we just mint it and then we just got to transfer it. Oh, it's to address though, so we could actually mint. We could
It
mint
would
to an
mint
address.
straight to them. Whatever you have it do, it would mint straight to them. So they would get in their wallet. It would like do it from their own
Okay.
staking
Oh yeah,
or whatever.
how would staking work in this? It would be a different contract, right?
Um, Not, I mean, not really. That one, if it's mintable like that, it would be proof of staking.
I think your pup wants to hang out. Life goes on. All right, well, we'll see. I think he'll be back here probably in a second. We have, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this now. I don't know, like, I don't, this was easy because the documentation was all there and pretty straightforward. I don't know why this is, welcome back, Brian. I don't know why this is like this. This is confusing. Well, I mean, I know why it's like it. I just guess they don't know what we should do about it. So if we do ERC 777.
Sorry, I was muted. So you just put those in before you typed anything else? Like those, you just put those in?
These in?
No, the imports.
Oh, this is how like the contract that I deployed on last Friday to the Rinkeby test network is this contract right here. So I had it
But
deployed
you
and then
777, that was throwing the error, right?
yeah, it's just telling me that these need to be implemented, these functions.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So when we
That's
do this, it says derived contract must override function approved. Two or more base classes define function with the same
that's
number of
because
parameters.
that's because 777 does it a little differently. So you would have to call it a different way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know the exact syntax to do that because I can't really tell you. I just know that that's why.
So here we got proof. So I wonder if you can just like, I wonder what happened here. Like this is where smart contract risk like is into play. It's like people just fucking around the contracts, not knowing what they're doing.
Well, I mean, it's like Lego blocks. That's how I learned. You can just plug and play until it works, and then you find out how, like, it's like taking apart a clock. You don't know how it works, so you take it apart, and you're like, you might not be able to put it back together, but you can get it working again.
Yeah. See, only owner. Let's see what this says now. Is missing. Overriding function is missing override. Hello, Sanket. Did you know smart contracts, specifically ERC 777? All right. I wonder why that. Why this is saying this? Overriding function is missing override specifier. Function needs to specify overriding contracts ERC 20 and ERC 777. Let's see if that got rid of that one. So yeah, that got rid of that error. So if we did all these, I don't know what that other error is. So here's the proof. Well, Brian, I don't know how long you want to hang for this. I know you're not feeling the greatest in your wife's home, so feel free to hop off, and we can talk tomorrow on Lunar Bust. And if you want to join for this launch, I mean, I think we can launch. I'm gonna do a little more research on like what. Well, one, I'm gonna see if I can find some more information to see if like we can actually compile this and submit it to the test network, and then you know, we'll shoot for tomorrow. Maybe we have to wait another week to launch this, or wait a little bit longer, but we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. You're right.
Yeah, if I didn't have a fever and I didn't feel like absolute crap, I'd stay a little bit longer. But I'm glad that I mean, we all kind of learned something.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but I'll see.
Well, man. Yeah, I appreciate it. Have. What was that?
I said thanks for having me on.
Oh yeah, no, thanks for coming on. Thanks for as always building up Benzinga. It's a good time, especially live on air.
Right.
Good job, man. Have a good night. All right, guys, we have some difficulty here. Transfer from. So this is eliminating these overrides. Allowance balance. Derived contract must override function allowance 2 or more base classes to find function with the same name and parameter types. I wonder if it's. Let's try to get rid of these. Maybe those are all just like built natively. Ooh, that probably doesn't help either. All right, if you joined late, feel free to claim the Zing token at benzinga.com/Zing, enter your email, and you will have, and verify your email address, and you will have the ability to claim Zing when we launch it. This is the pre-launch phase, 10,000 Zing. When it launches, you can only claim 1,000. And if you want to refer people, you get an extra 100 per person you refer. Verify, not found. So maybe let's implement this ownable. All right, this is how it goes. Pausable. I don't know what this one is. Okay, yes, there's a bit of differences here in terms of the functions and their input parameters. All right, let's see here. Here we go. So I'm curious what this is. Default operators. Oh yeah, this ERC 777 is a lot more complex, it seems. Oh, here we go. This is an interesting one. So the Ethereum blockchain is full of fungible token. I've been one of the biggest issues. Yeah, hooks and triggers. Yeah, so it's like transfer function calls, so you can know what's going on when, or program logic when an approval, like the approval or transfer functions are called. There's events. Alice, or to send ether to a smart contract, where I've incoming ether through various functions. It's made to where the ether with hooks. So ERC20 tokens does not literally move from one wallet address to another or smart contract to smart contract owner. The so-called owner of ERC20 is changed inside the smart contract as the issuer of ERC20. In a simple sense, if someone in Monaco has allocated a Ferrari in my name, the transfer would just be like the Ferrari stays there and the name of the owner of Ferrari is changed. Ah, okay. So the token doesn't move, but the owner is changed. That actually kind of makes sense, but I guess I'm a little confused. because, oh, okay, because yeah, well, okay. But there is gotta be, if you mint something with a set number, you have to break it down. You're building here at Benzinga. All right. Well, I think there's definitely some more reading that I got to do, and I don't know if you guys want to hang on while I read and try to figure this out. I probably have to watch some videos, which I don't have the ability to transfer audio to this that I'm aware of, and I don't want to do that anyway because I don't want to get in any content trouble. So I'm going to do some more reading here, going to figure this out. I think we're going to tentatively shoot for tomorrow at probably around 8 p.m. It's a more realistic time. If we determine that we're going to launch with the ERC20, that'll probably be when it'll happen. If we go with the ERC777, it might push this back another week, but that'll just make it more opportunity for people to get in on this pre-launch claim and more time to build out some of the functionality before we actually launch this and make it available anyway. So when it is available, you guys can start interacting with it. All right. Well, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask them now before I end this stream. Again, www.benzinga.com/Zing. Check it out. It is join Zinger Nation, claim your Zing with your email, 10,000 Zing now. And follow along as we build this. Check out the roadmap. And if you're interested in seeing how we're going to be using this token, or watch some past streams, talked about it a decent amount. Rodrigo, we will definitely aim to make that possible. Right now, we are going to try give claims to as many people as we can to this token, and we don't want to pay a bunch of money to transfer it. So we're going to figure out how to get people their actual token. That's one thing I'm interested in. I should ask Brian about Decrypt, and be interested maybe talk to some of the project builders as well. It's like, are they actually giving you, because Decrypt is not a wallet, at least not that I'm aware of. So I don't think they actually give you your tokens. They might have just like a centralized database in the same way that we're doing it, where they're not actually putting it in your wallet. It's just a fake wallet. It says Crate Wallet, so I don't know. I guess we've got to do some more research here and figure this out. But from my understanding is it would be way too expensive to just drop tokens to as many people as we have. When we already have 700, probably, I mean, sometimes we got you guys claims. Let's see here. Tools. So we're up to 795 claims, or excuse me, 775 claims. So, you know, that could potentially be expensive if we keep this up for giving people tokens if we have to actually transfer around the network. So we'll figure out how to get it in your trust wallet at some point, probably some sort of scaling solution. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go give you some further reading. Thanks for joining Building at Benzinga. We'll definitely have some future episodes. Talk about other products we're building, not just the Zing token. Check out the mobile app. Let me share that in the stream real quick. May as well get that out there. Currently on test flight and Google Play Store. We're going to be looking to build that out and provide ways to earn Zing in the app at some point as well. Let me find that pinned messages in Slack. Here is the test flight. I've got too many screens going. There we go. Get on test flight and on Google Play, which I will have here in a second. So check those out. Send feedback. Available right in the app, mobile app, benzinga.com. It'll pull it up pretty easy to get feedback. Check it out. And yeah. All right, guys. Thanks again for joining. Thanks for Brian for coming on. I think we learned a little bit here, and we need to do more research here, figure out this ERC 777 contract, it actually functions, and get this live. All right. Have a good night, guys.